Welcome to the 45th Sapphire anniversary of the Kinetic Grand Championship 2014. It starts here in Arcata Plaza, goes to Eureka, and then ends in Ferndale. Let's see what it's all about. Lots of people make it out for the kickoff of this event. From what can be seen, it looks like fun, and people gathering to have fun. But this triathlon of the art world is an organized contest of art and engineering combined with physical endurance. It's a 3-day, 42-mile-long journey on California's northern coast, and it's raced with wacky kinetic sculptures. One might ask, what in the world is a kinetic sculpture? Well, each one is a uniquely decorated contraption that's pedal-powered with wheels. However, they encompass much more than that. They're all-terrain works of art constructed to race over pavement, mud, sand, and even through water. All the structures have some sort of theme, and as you can imagine, some more outrageous than others. I got to speak with Bill Neal, the Master of Ceremonies and MC for the Kinetic Grand. He's been a part of the race since the 70s, and this year he was presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award. All right, so give somebody who doesn't know a whole lot about this event just a brief overview of what it's all about.
A brief mix of insanity, chains, and gears.
Insanity, chains, and gears. So what is the whole goal of this?
To have a lot of fun. It's for the glory. This is all glory. They don't care if they get to the finish line or not.
Now, For the Glory is thrown around quite often at the KGC because it was the official slogan of the original races coined by Humboldt Brown, the creator and glorious founder of the race. It all started in 1969 when Brown revamped his son's trike into a pentacycle. Then friend and local artist Jack Mays decided to make a sculpture resembling a tank, and they agreed to race them during the Town Arts Festival. Word got out and several other people decided to participate as well. The race was first called the World Championship Great Arcata to Ferndale Cross Country Kinetic Sculpture Race. It gained popularity through the years, and many supporters helped contribute their ideas and time to make it a success. All meanwhile, the Kinetic Sculpture Lab was developed. It helped take the race to a whole new level of creativity and brought advanced engineering and construction to its works of art. It's made up of innovative geniuses like Dwayne Flatmo, whose elaborate sculptures proved to be crowd favorites year after year. Founder Humboldt Brown ended up selling the slogan and rights of the race to the Humboldt Kinetic Association in 2002. However, he had high hopes that his philosophies would remain a part of the race, which were a 3-day race, wacky awards, accolades to the mediocre, crusade against suicide, and the thought of adults having so much fun, kids would want to get older. In 2007, the Humboldt Kinetic Association could no longer take responsibility for the event, so volunteers quickly created the Kinetic Universe to keep this tradition alive. It was then renamed the Kinetic Grand Championship. The event takes place annually on Memorial Day weekend. Day 1 begins with contestants showing off their structures and waiting in eager anticipation for the noon whistle to blow. As soon as it does, racers take off, make a couple of laps around the plaza, then head toward the Manila Dunes, while spectators head toward Dead Man's Drop to get a good seat on the sand. The excitement continues as racers arrive to Dead Man's Drop and decide on how they're going to safely and successfully take the plunge down a 70-degree drop. The day ends in downtown Eureka at Halverson Park, where a small celebratory party is thrown for the contestants and spectators. This is where I spoke with the Kinetic Grand's biggest fan and cheerleader, the Rutabaga Queen. We are here with Jessica Glitterina Sassy Pants Pearson, the reigning Rutabaga Queen of 2014. Now, can you tell us just a little bit about what being the Rutabaga Queen is all about?
Well, being the Rutabaga Queen is all about glory and fun. I've been asking, what are my responsibility? And all I get is, have fun. So what kind of amazing job, and you get a crown, so that's super amazing. My duties, I encourage the racers. I talk to them, I help them out, I give them lots of glory to go. I have a huge entourage, and I have a big family, and my mom, actually, Glitter Grandma, is driving around. She has been baking all week, and she hands out snacks to the racers, and ice and water. And And we just encourage them and we just cheer them on.
After a successful day of conquering land, sand, and hills, the contestants must face their next obstacle, getting their kinetic sculpture into Humboldt Bay and keeping it afloat, which seemed more challenging for some than others. Not to mention the Gold and Flipper H2O award was achieved right near the dock, which went out to partly cloudy with a chance of rain. And you can see why. However, it's all in fun and they went down with enthusiasm. Many people made it out by foot, some by kayak or boat, and some on the motor vessel Mataket, which is the Rutabaga Queen's cruise for a day. Day 2 has just kicked off here at the Samoa Bridge ramp by Halverson Park. Now the teams enter the water one by one, and then they continue to make their way along the bay. After tackling the water portion of the event, contestants head back on land. They take a brief lunch break at Eureka Natural Foods and prepare to head south. The next long trek takes them down Highway 101 through the small town of Lolita. After a hard day's work and several miles behind them, the racers and their crews finally end the day at Crab Park, where they cook and camp out for the night. Day 3 starts from the mouth of the Eel River and ends on Ferndale's main street. When I arrived, Ferndale's sidewalks were packed with excited spectators of all ages, and the spirit of the event was prevalent for all to see. K-Hum Radio, the Kinetic Universe, and the Rutabaga Queen were all on stage at the finish line to praise the contestants with love and, of course, glory. Kinetic races branched out from Humboldt County, and about 10 occur every year from Baltimore to Australia. But the one here in Humboldt is the original and is still the longest human-powered sculpture race in the world.